Welcome to another episode of Riding WA. And yes folks, we're at round 4 of the State Motocross Championship and this is about the driest weather we've seen all day. Had a great chat to some of the riders so far and you know what, a bike's just fallen over right over there. That's how bad it is. It's atrocious.
No one was riding it at the time.
No one was riding it at the time, but there's been plenty of spills on the track behind us as well. Now, I've got a new person to my right. Keith, would you like to introduce her?
I could do.
Do the honours.
Nikki, how you do? Welcome to Riding WA.
Thank you very much. A pleasure to be here.
Now you're going to be covering most of our motocross events, I believe, which will be something that I really look forward to because that means I don't have to get soaking wet and covered in mud every weekend. So it'll be really good. It'll be your turn to get covered in all that sort of crap.
Well, I see that you're not very appropriately attired today, Keith. You've even got the mud splattered on you.
No, I actually...
Welcome to motocross.
I actually arrived here in a leather jacket, believe it or not, but I did take the leather jacket off, which I'm really glad, but I got absolutely covered at one... We got a great shot, though. I got a great shot. You've got to admit it was a good shot.
Yeah, I got a great shot of you covered in mud as well. It was fantastic.
But, so you're going to be covering all the motocross for us, which is good.
Yep.
And where are you going from here? We got this event and then we move on.
Next weekend we're going up to King of the Cross up at Southern Cross. Hopefully the weather holds out and haven't been there before for a motocross event. Passed through there many times on the way to and from Kalgoorlie, but it should be good. Promises up to $40,000 in prize money. There'll be various classes racing, so hope to bring you some footage come next week.
For that sort of prize money, I might even give it a shot. And I don't even have a motocross bike at the moment, but
push bikes don't count.
Push bikes don't count. Maybe a tow rope attached to someone. That might get me around the track at least.
It might do. So we've got more racing here today yet to come?
Yes, we have. Yep. We've got...
which will obviously start when it starts raining again. Because it seems that they have a break. Every time the sun comes out, they have a break. Then when it rains, they start racing, which is really intelligent.
I must admit that the track is probably the worst motocross track I've seen as far as slush and mud. And there's just caked on mud and grime and you name it, it's on everyone's bike. So
no, it's the girls are racing today.
The girls are racing.
So we're going to have a chat with a couple of the girls?
Yes, it is the state championship for girls. So the top girl riders in the state here trying out their luck with the boys. So yeah.
Trying out their luck with the what?
Well, not in that regard.
I thought it was racing.
Their racing expertise.
Yeah. What do you think I came down here for today?
Well, it is the girls. Yeah.
Women, obviously.
You're not racing.
Oh, so I'm not in with the chance. Fair enough.
With me today is Michael Addison, current #1 champion in the state. Michael, welcome along.
Thank you very much for having me on the show.
Pleasure. Now today is going to be probably one of the worst motocross conditions I have been to as a spectator. How does it rate as far as you go?
Yeah, definitely. It's probably the worst track I've ever ridden, or mud anyway. We sort of tried to get it cancelled at the start of the day, but apparently they have to run 2 rounds. So yeah, we're out there doing what we can.
Now you were with the group down at round 3, which was down at Jindong.
Yep.
How did you fare after that championship round?
Not too bad. The first one I had a couple of crashes and managed to get second, and then the second one I won. And they called it off after the second race due to wet conditions again.
Yep. Now Michael is the current state champion as well. He's wearing the #1 plate. How has that helped your career so far this year?
It's definitely helped my career. Obviously, I'm based here in WA, and I need to establish myself on a state level before moving over east and competing at a national level. So winning the state round last year was definitely good for me and for KTM, and they promoted me by putting me on the factory team to compete in all the nationals this year.
Do you have aspirations perhaps of going over to America or the European field if you can work your way up and sort of hold onto a really good position in the state, not just the state championship, but also in the national scene?
Yeah, definitely. This year I think is a bit of a learning year for me in the nationals. I'm riding the open class for the first time for a factory team as well. So next year I'm planning to, I guess, be in the hunt for a national championship, and then, yeah, I mean, I'll just keep going as hard as I can for as long as I can, and hopefully injury doesn't hold me back, and I'd definitely like to get to America at some stage.
Here with Dean Porter, local star, currently running second in the state championship. Dean, welcome along to Riding WA.
Hey, cheers. It's good to be on here.
Now you, like all the other competitors, were down at Jindong probably early this month. How do you find the conditions here today as compared to there at Jindong, which is down at Busselton?
Jindong was a lot better than here. They didn't rip the track, so it was still hard pack underneath, even though it had a lot of water on it. This track, they ripped it a lot, and it was going to be awesome. If it had been dry, the track would have been awesome, nice and ruddy, but unfortunately the rains came and made it a mess, absolute mess.
How are your championship results going as a result of you pulled out of the first moto today? What actually happened?
I got a good start. I was in second behind Addo for a bit, and then I just had a pretty good crash down the straight here. And I kept going, and I just ended up frying a clutch, and my bike wouldn't go, so had to pull out. It's a bit spewing because it's in the mud conditions. It's sometimes a good chance to make up points. So, but it went the other way for me today. But
is there any chance that we can get the bike back going today?
Yeah, I'll get a new clutch in it, or I'll ride my other bike, my practice bike, and get out there in the second moto and just try and stay on. I guess we've got a big meeting next weekend with the Nationals, so me and Addo sort of want to stay safe at the moment, but.
Now we're here in the pits with Tracy Burns, who's currently leading the Women's State Motocross Championship. So a good day so far today.
Yeah, so far so good. One more race to go at the moment, so yeah, see how we go with that.
Excellent. Now what have you got here? What's your bike?
It's a Kawasaki 250F.
Yep. And I noticed it's got a whole lot of stickers on it. Who are some of the sponsors?
Down South Motorcycles, my major sponsor.
Excellent, excellent.
Yep.
How long have you been riding for?
For about 8 years.
Okay.
Yep.
And competing in the motocross for that long as well?
Yes.
Oh,
yep.
fantastic, great,
Yep.
great. What made you want to get involved?
Just learned how to ride when I was about 16, but didn't ride again, sort of, and then all of a sudden we've seen this thing on Australian Nationals for women, and I was like, oh wow, I want to be involved in that. So yeah, it just went from there.
So you've done some national rounds?
Yes, over in the Eastern States.
Yep. How'd you go there?
Not very good. Top 10, but yeah.
Top 10, that's pretty respectable.
Yeah, that was a lot of years ago. A few years ago now. We've got a bit better since then.
Right, no worries at all. How many women currently ride motocross?
In this state, well, we had about 9 on the grid this morning, but because of the conditions, the numbers have diminished. Yep. So 9 is a good turnout for us, but it's good to see as many girls as possible out there. We always try, all the girls try and encourage more girls to come and get involved, because today is not a very good example, but it is such a good sport to be involved in. It's a lot of fun. You get to travel around and meet people, and it's great. Yeah.
Fantastic. What would you say to some women who are thinking of giving motocross a shot?
Yep.
How would they go about getting involved?
Just get a bike. If you've got a bike, just go out to a track, a local club day, and your local track, and just give it a go, and yeah, see how you go. It doesn't matter where you come, if you're having fun, then that's the main thing. Yeah.